what if roller skates were permanently attached to your feet? Rather than the daily stuff, you can manage to do a lot of stuff. Like, it's more of an inconvenience for most things. So I was trying to think, like, what do I think I could not do at all and try to make it work? And so I was thinking a beach trip is probably going to be up there on the scale of hardest things to do.
Yeah. Sand.
Yeah, so definitely sand is the first problem. So it's like, how do you move on the sand? And I was thinking of all different ways to modify the rollerblades, but I was like, one, if I can't change what the wheels are, I can't really do much. And like little tires maybe would not help you all that much.
Be adorable though.
Yeah. So we can't really modify the rollerblades. So the next step is let's modify the sand. So even like wet sand, you're not going to be able to rollerblade on. You're just going to sink right through it. But if you may know, when lightning strikes sand, it fuses the sand into glass.
Okay.
Which so glass is something you can totally skate on. I'm getting there. So I'm like, can you create something to turn the sand to glass, like, as you're skating? So obviously you need heat. So I was like, can you get flamethrowers or something to just shoot in front of you to fuse the sand into a path that you can then skate on?
To make your beach trip safer.
I didn't say anything about safety, Ben.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
So, fun fact about sand. It melts at 1600 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. Yeah, you need a high temperature.
Which you're not getting there with fire. So I was like, shit. And then I was like, well, what about electricity? And obviously you can't make lightning happen. So I was like, what can you do with regular electricity? And I found a YouTube video where someone just has a typical 120 volt outlet. They use what they call a high voltage transformer, which is basically how a microwave functions. And they can take that 120 volts and actually jump it up to 2000 volts. Which, based on that same YouTube video, is enough to make sand into glass after like a second or two. So you can carry a 120 volt power source on your back. And so what you're going to have to do is basically like make a like fishing pole arm, like a carrot on a stick type thing that goes in front of you. And probably a good distance because you need like a second or two. So the way I imagine it is like you have two arms that go out. At the end of those arms, what touches the sand is like two like elongated areas where like the current's running through. So you have like a longer section that's getting electrocuted. And you basically just connect them and have just this line of electricity a good distance in front of you. That's going to turn the sand into glass. Now, you have a problem now that you just heated this.
Kill everyone in front of you.
Look, you don't walk into people on the beach normally anyway, so you just go in areas where there's not so many people.
I also appreciate that you just said you have a problem here.
Only one.
Just the one problem.
The one problem that I'm talking about specifically right now is that you've just, turned the sand to glass, but you did that by still melting it and making it 1600 degrees. So I think you're going to also have to have a little water spray ahead of you.
You have to cool it down.
Yeah, so maybe like halfway down your arms going forward is like a water spray to help cool it down so it's hard enough for you to skate on, or else you're just going to skate onto molten sand.
How can glass cool down that fast?
Anything can cool down that fast. It may shatter. I don't know. I hope not. But I guess if lightning strikes the beach and the wave goes over it, I don't think it ruins the beach glass. Unconfirmed. I'm jumping through a lot of hoops, but the mental image of you having like this fucking Frankenstein contraption on you, literally annihilating the sand as you go forward so that you can rollerblade on it, is just too awesome for me to let go. So, guys, have any other problems you noticed with this thing?
Nope. It's pretty solid plan.
I think you covered all your bases.
It's
okay,
safe.
Fine.
By OSHA standards, it's safe.
Sound like you guys might have some things that weren't working for it. I was hoping to address those concerns, but I guess it's perfect. So what else do you do at the beach? The next thing I was thinking of is swimming. And this one actually I found trickier than the sand. So my first thought is to do like a jet ski type thing where if you're doing a water sport, which I think I would count. The problem is, water skiing. Water skiing type thing. So the problem is water skis are designed to kind of stay on top of the water a little easier. So I kind of decided that it was the equivalent of barefoot water skiing was going to be rollerblading water skiing. And to barefoot water ski, you need to be going 45 miles an hour or else you just fall into the water.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's really not super doable. And I don't think you have enough energy left in your pack to give yourself like a rocket boost.
Right.
Just straight swimming, I think, is actually out of the question because rollerblades are pretty heavy. And I don't think you can really keep yourself aloft easily. Just under your own power.
And you have an electric current like shooting out of your roller skates. So
we can take off the
problem.
backpack. You can take off the backpack before you go swimming. It'll be attached to like your beachy t-shirt that says, "I cannot remove my rollerblades."
I'm sorry.
Also, caution, high voltage.
Right.
Need a lot of disclaimers.
If you're reading this, get the fuck out of the way. So I guess the other thing I thought you could do is like you can maybe just embrace the heaviness of your footwear and kind of do like the iron boots from Legend of Zelda games where you just walk on the ocean floor with some scuba gear on.
I don't think they're that heavy.
It's enough to keep you. It's enough to keep you down. I mean, they're gonna be like
they're not like they had to be like 40 pounds.
I looked.
Okay, fine.
They're like 6 pounds.
Yeah,
because I looked it up.
6 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're in a weird in between where they're not gonna help you sink and they're not gonna let you float.
They'll just drown you, not in a fun way.
So it's just gonna be absolutely the worst. And I was gonna keep trying to find solutions to swimming, but then I got the mental image of trying to surf.
Oh god.
I was just gonna get past that, where it's just like how hard surfing already is, and then try to do that stand up when you're literally on wheels.
Right.
Wait, can you? I didn't Google surfing.
I do not think this is ever remotely possible.
Surfing with rollerblades on.
If it is, I want to see it.
Okay, here we go. Video, what the fuck, surfing with roller skates, funny surf video.
What? It's a thing?
No way.
This dude's doing it.
What?
He's doing it. He might be doing it. He's not standing up. He's just like oh, he did it.
What?
He did it.
Why did he even try this?
He did have your version of roller skate though. It was not rollerblades.
We have the better style.
Yeah, so you can surf easier with 4-blade things.
I just watched the video. His stance is very funny.
It is as funny as it is unbalanced.
It's not a cool server stance.
We will link the video on Facebook or something when this episode comes out.
And so I think the last thing I kind of talked about was I was looking at the issue of sand. So you cannot remove these rollerblades. If they get sandy, you're fucked.
Yeah, sand gets everywhere.
Sand gets everywhere, and you're absolutely fucked. The electric path that you're skating on helps a little bit. the molten glass path that you're skating on does help a little bit, but it's still like in the air, and it just gets everywhere. The only viable existing solution I saw is they have what they call boot gaiters, which are basically like tall socks without the foot part that you like put over your boots while hiking to, prevent sand and dirt from getting into your boots.
How do you get them on?
You can kind of get it around somehow. I think you can finagle something.
They're usually kind of elastic, so they'll hug your ankle.
But at the same time, you're going to have the problem that you're going to get weird suntans. Like, you can only look like you've gone to the beach in, like, knee-high socks, which is crazy. And then also, if you're wearing shorts in addition to that, either your legs don't get tan or exactly your knees get tan. Although if you get exactly tan knees, and then because you're safety conscious, wear knee pads while you're rollerblading.
Oh, it evens it out. It's perfect.
I mean, at that point, just wear a full bodysuit.
It's an idea. Although that's going to be very hard to get on over the rollerblades.
That is true. Tearaway bodysuit.
Just like have someone sew the shape of your body and then copy it and then sew them together from one front and one back. But speaking of your rollerblades becoming uncomfortable, I started this question by looking at Stinky Feet about what's going to happen if you don't remove your shoes for a long time, and immediately abandoned the idea, because literally the first thing that happens, like, first you're going to get rashes, then you're going to get blisters, then they're going to get infected, and then you're going to have to amputate. And I'm like, well, I didn't want that to be what I talked about for 10 minutes.
That does get rid of the roller skates.
Does get rid of the roller skates.
They still are on your feet. It's just you don't have your feet anymore.
Right. They are on your feet. You are not.
Oh, I almost forgot. Like I said, the sand is a big problem. But luckily, there was an answer on the internet about how not to get sand in your shoes at the beach. This person, I will say, is very confident in their answer. So here's how they start their question, or their comment. So, when I was on holidays, I figured this out, ... I'm so smart, winky pea face. Joke, I bet you all probably know this already, but just in case you don't, read on. You might find it useful, smiley face. If the beach is lumpy/bumpy/ripply/wavy, open parentheses, you know what I mean, right?
No.
Do not, I repeat, do not walk on the high bits, if that makes any sense. Walk in the bits that's sunken or lower, okay? Question mark? Sorry, I really can't explain it that well. I can't think or type properly at the moment. New paragraph. Hope you understood me, though. Sorry if that was a crap tip, ...
What?
I understand his advice. He just said it strangely.
That's the only part I understand. So I guess he succeeded?
It's just the amount of times they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm not explaining this well. When, like, it's not that complicated concept. Like, hey, how not to get sand in your shoes. Do not walk on the high bits. Enjoy the tip.
He likes emojis, apparently.
Yeah, this was written by, like, the next, probably next best-selling author, to be honest. I don't think writing gets a higher quality than this.